If somebody said to me, Simon, you have to lose a limb or you have to do a burpee, I would go, well, take a limb. Because A, I haven't got to do any burpees. And also, if you do take a limb, I never have to do a burpee again. Simon on the board, A-hole here. Thank you for joining me as always. Got my hood up today because why the hell not? We live in a free society where we can do whatever the hell we want. Sometimes I actually put my hood up and then I answer the door and like a delivery man's there and they just look at you like, this guy's really strange. I think he thinks it's raining inside his house, but it's absolutely not. Anyway, because I've looked up a bunch of Chris Hemsworth workout stuff in the past, Google now just throws me videos all the time. And I actually came across one the other day, which I got very excited about because I thought it was his workout for the new Thor movie that's coming out relatively soon. As it turns out, it wasn't. It is from around about 24 months ago. But I still thought, well, there's some interesting things in this. And not only is it Chris Hemsworth, personal trainer, you also get his stuntman in there. And as you know, we've done videos on Chris Hemsworth, stuntman, before, because he was all like, man, Chris Hemsworth getting too big for Thor 4. I can't get big enough. And I was like, I bet you'll figure it out, my friend, somehow. And when you believe it, if you do follow him on Instagram, he went and figured it out. But either way, it's still going to be based somewhat in how Chris Hemsworth trains. So let's just go through it and see what the flubbing hell he does.
Hey guys, we're here in beautiful Byron Bay. My name's Luke Zaki. Hang on, I'm not American. I can just do it in Australian, yeah?
just some lovely jokes to start.
Hey guys, I'm Luke Zocchi. I'm Chris Hemsworth's trainer. I'm going to take you through a workout with Chris himself.
Luke, we're not going to do it, Chris.
Why not?
We can't get him, mate. He's too expensive.
We just wrapped on the film Men in Black. The look for this film was to go for more of an athletic, less bulky look than Thor.
Well, that's interesting. This is why you should always watch the video before you start making a video about it. It's actually for a role where Chris Hemsworth didn't have to be as bulky, as use his word, not mine, in Thor. But that still kind of intrigues me. Especially, you got to look at Chris Evans, especially, obviously played who played Captain America. In that first movie, you know, he is so much bigger than he is in any of the other movies, and I presume it's because he's shooting other things at the time. I don't know. So actors are always going up and down and left and right, so I am actually kind of intrigued to see what he does.
We're going to start with the warm-up. Warm-up is so important for every workout. Really sets you up for a good workout, prevents injuries. We'd normally like to warm up for 10 minutes. Start with a simple exercise like walking on your hands. This is constant for 10 minutes. Don't let your feet touch the ground.
Not really. Like, I'm hoping we get to something else. Like, a 10-minute warm-up is really, really good advice. It is. You can jump around for 10 minutes. You can go on a treadmill, a cross trainer. Just don't stretch, right? That's all baloney. You want to get your heart going. You want to make sure that you're primed and ready to lift weights. But I couldn't do a handstand walk for 10 minutes. I couldn't do a handstand walk for 10 seconds. I couldn't do a handstand walk for 10 milliseconds because I'm a giant oaf. Surely there's got to be an alternative to that.
Only joking. This is Bobby, Chris's stuntman.
Like, flub for that. I mean, it was a little bit annoying, but whatever.
First exercise we're going to do for the warm-up is bear crawls. This is a great exercise to use because it's a full body workout, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Going to start slow and progressively get quicker. Force going up, keeping your core tight, and then now your shoulders are driving your back.
I think it's actually quite a decent warm-up as well, to be honest, because if you are going to do some kind of cardio machine, it's still good, still going to get you prepped and ready. But if you do something like a bear crawl, which if you've never done it, by the way, absolutely sucks, you are going to be engaging your muscles as well, right? And you're not doing it in too much of an intense way that you're risking injury. So it's really smart. That's a really, really smart way to get ready for the gym when you're actually going to do proper lifts, because you are, like I say, you're engaging everything. You're also getting your heart rate up. Kind of makes sense because he is a personal trainer.
The second exercise we're doing for the warm-up is bodyweight squats. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off.
Another good one. I mean, I'm sure we've all done body squats here and there. You may or may not know I'm into professional wrestling, or I was until the world closed down, but it's going to open up again soon. I'll absolutely get back in the ring. And squats are a massive staple of that when you're warming up before training. I mean, sometimes they make you do hundreds. And by the end of it, you're like, I never want to do a body squat again. But this does kind of tie into when all the gyms close and things like that. Mine open in 2 weeks. I cannot wait. I need it in my life. But there are things that you can always do no matter where you are in the world. That's what they were talking about earlier when Chris goes to do all his press tours and stuff. But yeah, just using your body and using the environment you find yourself in, you can have not a great workout because you're going to need some kind of extra machinery for that. But at least you can do something, and something is better than nothing.
Now that Bob's nice and warm, we're going to go into the workout. We're going to do 8 weighted exercises for 8 reps, then into 3 core exercises with no break.
So they're doing circuit training, which is fine. It's not my preferred way of training. But again, this kind of ties into what's going to work for you. We all know boring. My thing is push-pull legs, rest, push-pull legs. It's just what I enjoy doing. But actually, talking about Hollywood movie stars, The Rock has gotten doing these sort of mega sets at the moment. If you've been watching his Instagram videos, like I can't remember specifically, but his chest routine was something like, I'm going to do bench press, I'm going to do incline press, then I'm going to do flies, and I'm just going to do a bunch of dips. I'm going to do it back, and that counts as one set. And he does 4 of those, and he calls it mega sets, and he does a bunch of other things around it. And I presume that's what he's going to do here as well. So maybe it's some kind of new trend that personal trainers are into.
First exercise is a weighted burpee. So it's just like doing a normal body weight burpee, but you got weights in your hand. So let's go, Bob. I want you to bend down, keeping your core tight. Pose out.
Oh my gosh, weighted burpees. I think I'd rather have somebody rip my head off. Also, I get it because you're holding weights in your hand. The way I was taught to do a burpee is at the end of it, you do a star jump, or at least you jump up into the air. But I presume you've already made it hard enough with the extra weights in your hand. I mean, I actively hate burpees. If somebody said to me, Simon, you have to lose a limb or you have to do a burpee, I would go, well, take a limb. Because A, I haven't got to do any burpees. And also, if you do take a limb, I never have to do a burpee again because it's going to be really difficult for me to perform it. Now, I just want to talk to the powers that be, the fates in the world. I do not want to lose a limb. That's just me being a dick for YouTube.
Second exercise we're going to do is a curl and press. This is working the biceps and shoulders in the one exercise. Bob, pull up with the curl. Here I want you to keep your shoulders back into press. Keeping that core tight.
So we are basically trying to come up with stuff where we can work as many muscles as possible in one circuit. I mean, that burpee's going to work everything. A curl in press, obviously, you've already figured it out, works your biceps and your shoulders as well as other sort of, stabilizer muscles that's going to kick in. It's kind of difficult because it clearly works. Otherwise, they wouldn't be putting it out there. Whether or not this is exactly what Chris Hemsworth does, as always, take it with a pinch of salt. They're trying to sell you programs and videos and who knows what else. I don't know. I just like focusing on specific muscle parts. So on push day, you're mostly focusing on your triceps, your chest, and your shoulders. And I like doing it chest, I like doing shoulders, and I like doing triceps. That's just how I compartmentalize it. That's just how I enjoy it. But look, I suppose if you were trapped in the middle of a desert and you only had a couple of dumbbells, look, I'm sure it does work. And if it does work for you, honestly, let me know in the comments. I'll be massively intrigued. I just don't think I'm a huge fan of circuit training. I can't even tell you why. It just doesn't float my boat.
Now we're on to the goblet squat. We're hitting the lower body.
Goblet squats I do like. I think any squat you can do is good. We already talked about body weight squats. Obviously, you've got barbell squats, goblet squats. I think there's something called a ninja squat. There's a Zerka squat or Zerch, whatever the hell it is. Squats are always going to be good for you. And don't forget, even though it's teeny, tiny, when you do work your legs, or you give your legs a good enough workout, your body will kind of fuel your entire system with a little bit more testosterone. Again, I'm not talking about all of a sudden you'll be like, oh, look at me. But it does happen. It's something I tell people who don't want to train legs or do squats. I'm like, look, it will help you a little bit everywhere else. But I can't even remember the order now. We should have played that game. But you're doing those weighted burpees. So that's kind of like all body. Then you're doing shoulders and biceps. And now you're doing lower. Like you're doing 8 reps each time. And I think we're doing 8 exercises, he said. I mean, this is a pretty intense workout. If you did this boom, 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 surely by the end of it, maybe we should try this. When the world is open, maybe I would try this workout. Like I want to get back to doing more of those vlog videos of I train like this guy. I think I'm going to put this one on the list.
The next exercise we're going to do is standing tricep extensions. This is a bit more functional by standing up. Main thing here is you want to keep your back straight and your core tight, elbows back. That's really going to put tension on the tricep.
Okay, so now we've gone into standing tricep extensions, so we are starting to isolate muscle groups, which I guess kind of makes sense because we're halfway through the set. I think he said 8 exercises. Now I'm starting to doubt myself. I think maybe he said 6. And again, I don't know whether I'll put this bit in my sort of clips. The trainer is really pushing for the fact he wants you to do a lot of these standing up, because I'm sure if you've done triceps extensions in the past, you may have done it sat down or many other various ways. But the reason he pushes for you to stand up is because it is naturally going to engage your core more. Like as soon as you sit down, you're taking that kind of pressure away. When you're stood up, your core has to kick into gear. So never forget, you don't have to, I mean, it's good to do these kind of things. We don't just have to do 6-pack ab workouts or planks or anything like that. I mean, try and incorporate them. But even doing something like this, even doing something like a barbell squat, of course it's going to engage your core, and never underestimate how important it is to engage your core.
The 5th exercise we're going to do is a reverse lunge curl. This is hitting arms and legs at the same time. Set up for this exercise, I want you stepping back with your right foot, And you're going to do the curling motion as you come down.
I've never even heard of reverse lunge curl. I mean, you could just come up to me and talk to me in Russian, and I would get as much out of it as that. This is kind of where these workouts lose me. Like, I don't really want to work my biceps and legs at the same time, but maybe you do. Maybe that's a great way to encourage you to do a better leg workout because you know you're working your arms as well. It is circuit training, so it makes sense that you need to kind of take different exercises and almost merge them together. But yeah, I mean, I would just dread it so much. And that's the thing, like I always say, the most important thing when you go to the gym is you've got to be enjoying it. You've got to like your workout. And if someone came up to me and said, Simon, it's now turned, my phone's down, but that's what I keep looking at. And if somebody came up to me and said, Simon, you now got to do the reverse lunge curl, I'd be like, can I just be punched in the face instead? Because I think I would get more entertainment out of that. But I am massively intrigued. I am going to try this when I get to go back to the gym properly and I'll film it and I put it up here. But I think I'm going to hate it.
The last 3 exercises, 6, 7, and 8, are purely designed at hitting shoulders at every angle.
Well, that comes out of nowhere. I mean, did we do anything on our chest? I mean, I guess the bear crawl at the start, but that was a warm-up. So what are we doing? We're doing lateral raises. We're doing front raises, of course, because everyone does front raises. And we're doing the upright row. So that kind of surprises me, because I thought we would have brought in some kind of reverse lateral as opposed from the upright row. We've done videos on this. Look, you can do an upright row safely, of course you can, but I think it impinges the shoulder so much you are putting yourself at risk of injury. So it's one of those ones where you want to go super duper light and you want to get the form before you do anything else. But that's a strange end to that workout. It's like, no, we're going to hit the shoulders. I mean, it depends what you're going for, right? It depends. Maybe this is tailor-made for Chris Hemsworth's body. And I get that. When I had a personal trainer and I was training for my bodybuilding competition, my trainer said to me, your shoulders aren't good enough. So we did overload the shoulder workouts a little bit. But they haven't really said that. That just kind of came out of nowhere.
Finish, we're going to do core exercises. We're going to do 3 exercises, 8 reps each. We're going to do a plank punch out, a plank pulse, and a plank pike. Pulse, you just rock them forward. So your whole body goes forward and back. 1, 2. Pike, you're just coming up here, driving up. 1. Good. Pull up.
I mean, that is a horrible way to end the workout. I mean, I was just talking about planks a minute ago, and now he's kind of rubbed that in my face. Was it the plank pike, the plank plank punches, and the plank pulses? Pulses are really good, by the way. You should try and incorporate pulses in everything you do here and there. It just means when you get to the top of them, I'm simplifying it, but if you're doing bicep curls, for example, when you get to the top of the movement, just do a few like that. Just a few sort of mini reps, then do another one, few mini reps. Ashley Next talks about them a lot, so you could seek out one of his videos. It's a strange workout. I will give you that. Like, there's not really much focus on back. There's not really much focus on chest. But it will probably get you in pretty good shape. And maybe that's what we're talking about here. Maybe we're talking about functional fitness as opposed to looking like an absolute beast. Even though, as we all know deep down, looking like an absolute beast is what life is all about. Interesting, though. Hopefully another video like this gets out there when he actually does talk about his Thor workout instead. I got a few pictures from the movie that we were talking about here. There they are on screen. So you can see he has slimmed down a lot, but he's still got a physique that I would imagine a lot of dudes would like to get in. And you can try this, but do not forget as well, again, just to double down on this, is Chris Hemsworth doing exactly this? Debatable. You never know. Also, you don't know what he's eating. You don't know what he's sleeping. You don't know what supplements he's taking, along with everything else. So don't think, I'm going to do this and absolutely transform into Chris Hemsworth. I mean, even if you did do that, my word, don't even worry about watching stupid YouTube videos. You've transformed into Chris Hemsworth. You are going to have a great life. There you go, Chris Hemsworth. I'm going to keep an eye on him because I'm always fascinated by his body transformations, and I think a lot of people feel the same. Now, please do like the video, share the video, subscribe, hit the bell, ding, ding. There's another video right there, probably about Chris Hemsworth, which would make sense. Give it a click. YouTube loves the clicking and the algorithm. Otherwise, Twitter and Instagram is at SimonMiller316, patreon.com/SimonMiller316. If you do want to help support me financially, I'd appreciate it. Simon.bigcartel.com for merch. But otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you soon.